look like?
Sledding boards.
They are sleds. You know what we're going to use them for?
What?
New seats. Okay? I apologize about the video quality today. I'm using my cell phone because my camera is dead and all my batteries are home. So I don't have my good camera with my good lens. So the quality might not look the best, but we're gonna do the vlog anyway. You'll notice, hanging around my room, check out these. We made paper chains. We're getting ready to start our ocean unit. So we made paper chains to look like bubbles rising up from the bottom of the ocean because we are on the ocean floor in our classroom, and they put their names on them. So each chain represents a letter. So it wasn't just making paper chains, we added a little bit of writing to it. So they had to write their name. So the first letter of the name, down, 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 down. And we did first and last. So we've got some really long paper chains hanging around the room and then some shorter paper chains that depend on their name. One of my favorite things to do for decorations are all these things you see hanging on the ceiling right here. So that is just blue cellophane, like that you get for Easter baskets and stuff. I don't remember where I got it. I've had it for years since I started teaching. But that I put over all of my overhead lights. And it's hard to tell on the phone, but when my other set of lights are off in here, it looks like it's like we're under the ocean. And then the kids are making all the animals. So we started painting those today. They're gonna have ocean animals hanging up all around the room. And the drawings for those that I did that they're gonna use as a stencil, I'm gonna put on Teacher Pay Teacher soon. So I hope you like our ocean theme. I'll put up some more pictures once it gets going. We're gonna talk a little bit about flexible seating today though. Okay, so I made a post on Facebook this morning that had this picture in it, which I thought was a great, not really a quote, I guess, but a great little poster. And I said episode 22 was gonna be talking about that. I lied. We're gonna talk about that later because I have a lot of things I wanna include in that episode and really dive deep into that. So I kind of changed this all up. In episode 22, which you're watching right now, we're gonna talk all about flexible seating in reaction to a post I recently read on a website. Okay, so I read a post recently, and I'm not going to say where it was because it was actually posted on a pretty popular company's Facebook page, and it struck me because I use flexible seating. They were just trying to make a point. They were asking who uses flexible seating in their classrooms, if they think it's really the right way to go. It was kind of done in a way that was leaning more towards not flexible seating. But the first person that commented on it said something like, finally, someone says it. So sick of seeing people post about getting rid of tables and chairs. What happened to kids sitting and learning or something like that. That's not quoted. That's paraphrasing what it said. But I wanted to react. And those of you that know me probably thought that I did, but I didn't. I hesitated and I stopped and I didn't react to that comment because I don't want to get tied into that. I thought I would just show you the way that I use flexible seating in my classroom and how it really does work. And I think the thing we need to remember that when you're talking about flexible seating, it has to be flexible. That's why it's called that. I wasn't comfortable getting rid of every single table and chair. And I think the whole basis of this that everyone needs to remember before we start putting down this classroom or looking bad on that classroom or saying this wouldn't work in this classroom because it's not working in my classroom, we need to remember that everybody's classroom is different. You can't put it down because you don't like that philosophy, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you might not like flexible seating. I do. I might not like the way that you put your kids in tables and chairs all day long. Everybody out there in social media, we know how social media can be. I don't know. I tell my 5-year-olds all the time to worry about yourself. Maybe that's what we need to start telling people on social media too. With all of that being said, let's really talk about flexible seating because I have a lot of options in my classroom that I wanted to share with all of you because I know people might be in that stage where they're starting to plan out next year, start thinking of flexible seating as a way that they want to go. And I want to show you that it really, really is easy to do. So my classroom, when I first started teaching, was pods of tables around the classroom. There was a nameplate on each table for every kid. They all had their own seat, and we did a lot of table work. And I was new, I was naive, and back then I didn't really know any better. I had them all in tables because that's what all my team was doing, and that's what I was used to. And then I met my good friend Kim Adsit, and Kim Adsit had done flexible seating for a long time. I think Deanna Jump commented on her a post one day and said, Kim Adson's been doing flexible seating since before flexible seating was cool or something like that. But I met Kim and I loved what she did. She had tables in her room, but not a table for every student. She had tables within the centers around her classroom. And I adapted my room to that. So I still had chairs for everyone if we needed them for snack time and whatnot, but they weren't in groups. They were in a station back there, and they were in a station back there, and they were in a station over there, and I had them all around my room. And it wasn't really flexible seating. It was more just a flexible setup, I guess. And then this year, I decided to go a full-blown flexible seating, and I've added to it and added to it and added to it and adapted all throughout the year to come up with ideas that I think will work with me. So I don't have a seat for everyone. I have chairs in my classroom. I do. Chairs like this. So I've got chairs, and I have the table that I'm at right now, which is my kidney bean table and my desk. I have a big table with 6 chairs. That is my art table right there. And then I have a table in my writing center that has 4 seats in it. If kids want to sit at a table and write or draw or color or do crafts, that's an option in my classroom, and they know that they can use those tables when they need to. I also have plenty of floor space. I'm very, very lucky to have a huge classroom. Very lucky to have a huge I'm not trying to brag. I'm complimenting my school on giving me a huge, huge classroom. So I have a lot of floor space where they know they can lay down and work, and in certain ones they're more comfortable laying, and they get more done when they're down there on the floor than they would if they're at a table full of 5 of their friends. I have, let's go take a look. Let's take a walk. I have these chairs from IKEA that my PTO got for me. Thank you, PTO. These little chairs, I don't even know what they're called, Pong or Poang or something if you go on IKEA. I think they're like $40 a piece. So those sit in my book area right back here. And they know that that's not just for books. They can use that if they want to sit back there with clipboards and write or draw or whatever they want to do. I've got my big rug right here, which I just changed. It used to be those rubber squares that are like gym mat square, like these. They're actually under it. So everybody had one of those to sit in, and they were asking if they could switch squares. Of course, we're near the end of the year. They're sick of sitting in their square, and I thought, you know what, why not go full-blown flexible? Let's try it. And now they sit wherever they want within our big aquarium back here. So I've got that big rug where they sit, and then I picked up these chairs. I think I did an Instagram post about these. I got these at Aldi, the little rockers. These are like $4 a piece, $4. So they have those they can sit in. There's a little wooden chair right there. There's my table with more chairs around it. And they know that when they're back here on our rug, they can sit on the rug, they can lay on the rug, they can grab a rocker, they can grab a chair. A lot of them have been sitting along the back right here with chairs when we've been doing our lessons. And here's a picture. Here's how they were sitting today. It really is, it's working, and it's working out really well. What I wanted to show you today was a brand new tip of another option I found. So my in-laws are getting ready to have a huge garage sale, and we're cleaning out this giant shed that they have. They have a lot of storage that's built up over the years. So we were going through, and she had a stack of these saucer sleds, like we go sledding on, right? A saucer sled. She had a stack of them sitting there, and she was going to sell them, and she said, you guys can take those for the kids if you want them. Well, we have sleds at home. We don't need any more. And I started looking at them, and I really was focusing. I'm like, okay, I could use those in place of those when they want to sit somewhere else around the classroom. I could use those in place of those if they want to sit and not rock. I decided to use these in place of some more seating or sitting on the floor, and these are now going to be seats that they can use to sit in. Sled seats, I don't know what we'll call them, but they're little, just saucer sleds. You can get these at any store. Garage sales, if you can still find them in stores right now on clearance, now would be a great time. But they get to use these now to sit in, to do writing, to do reading, to do whatever they want. So just another flexible seating option. Here's them sitting in them. You can see a few of them sitting in those around the classroom, and they love it. We just introduced these today, and they are super, super excited about those saucer sled seats. They're working great. Another option, those are new, but another option I've used all year, I've got drawers like these that I keep stamps and magnadoodles in, and I keep them under a table, and the kids just pull those out. If they're sitting at my game table right here, and they'd rather sit than kneel, they know they can sit on those. I use tubs, so I've got big tubs like that. I've got tubs under my discovery table they can pull out. I've got quite a few little bitty kindergartners this year, so they pull those tubs out right there, and they can kneel on those at our discovery table. Okay, so there's just some quick, simple ideas for you to do flexible seating. If you have other ways that you use flexible seating in your classroom or would like to share those with all of us, please comment down below. and let everyone know that's watching this how you use flexible seating or no desks, no chairs, whatever it is that you do to incorporate a philosophy like this into your classroom. I'd love to see it. I know the viewers love to see it. It always helps to have ideas from more than one person and kind of brainstorm and push them together. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy that quick tip. Again, use those saucer sleds, use whatever you can for a fun way to sit around your classroom, and I promise your kids will love it.
Yeah!